Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Must be start. एक इधर भी एक गेस्ट स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. Hello. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum
ठीक है सर. Okay, sir. Get it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much to all the participants. Today we have over 500 participants joining us on different platforms, which includes Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and participants include from Turkey, Europe, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia also. So it looks like AIIA is quite popular. AIIA Shah is an avionics engineering graduate from Pakistan Air Force College of Aeronautical Engineering. He holds extensive experience in the field of research and development. His specialized skills and expertise include electronic warfare, avionics integration, lasers and optics, tracking and guidance systems, software engineering, GIS systems, satellite navigation system, and C4I. He is currently Director of Projects at Trojan and has been lead designer of many R&D projects, including modernization of long-range radars, a tactical mission management C4I system for armored formations, explosive reactive armor for tanks, a static pop-up target training system for small arms, main battle tank fire control system, as well as host of specialized computational systems and consoles. So thank you very much, AIIA Shah. We are proud of your efforts. And without further ado, I would hand over the podium for your presentation, please.
Thank you, Arshad, for a very generous introduction. We go back a long way. But I will start off with the presentation, and thank you to all the participants from wherever you are for taking your time out to be part of my presentation. I will just start. Oops. Sorry. I got to the end first. Okay, gentlemen. I hope everybody's seeing this now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, thank you. Trojans has been on the landscape of engineering and development since 1991. That makes it over 30 years. We consider ourselves to be one of the leading providers of services and solutions. As a service and solution provider, our basic focus is on getting the clear needs of our customers. In fact, we want a clear vision of what he wishes to achieve rather than what he wants from us as a product, because these two are slightly different. And in doing so, we have to be adaptive. We have to be on top of the changing technologies and keep standardization with our best practices. Now, within the Trojans corporate associations, we have D2M Pakistan. This section of our, this division of our organization basically focuses on direct digital manufacturing, metrology, and reverse engineering. We have PAeC Technologies, which is based in Qatar, and that is our production facility. We have Octave Technology Solutions, which is based in the UAE, in Dubai. Basically, this is industrial IT, control and automation systems. And NAR Technologies, which is also in the Middle East. And that specializes in communications and satellites. How Trojans goes about business. First of all, we pride ourselves on our partnerships and representations. In most representations, we are generally technology partners. So we're not just resellers. We add a lot of value-added services into our products. So we can provide you the tools, the training, the equipment, the software for you to do your job. We support the industry here. Once we do that, we can take it one step further. That means we can assist you in your design and manufacture. We can provide you consultancy services. We can hold your hand till you get your feet on the ground with the equipment that we provide, not only as a form of training, but as a form of consultancy, helping you actually do the job. And finally, we can offer you a complete turnkey customized solution for your needs. So we're very flexible in how we approach life, how we approach work, and our pillars being our technology partnerships, to our manufacturing capability, our infrastructure, and our in-house design, development, and integration capabilities. Our technology partnerships and representations, just to give you an idea. First of all, one of our main area is the CAD/CAM, the computer-aided design and manufacture. We have some of the leading CAD/CAM suppliers, vendors, OEMs in our basket, including Parametric Technology Corporation. We've got Zukin, we've got Magma. We are there in reverse engineering and quality control. That means the entire lineup of Faro CMMs, coordinate measuring machines, laser CMMs, laser scanners, and the associated software that does the quality control and the reverse engineering. We have got a complete range of direct digital manufacturing systems, from our Stratasys FDM machines, that is fused deposition modeling, to our current state-of-the-art desktop metal 3D printers. And finally, our industrial computing and integration solutions. Our IT is focused on industrial and military solutions. One of our new products that it's not new, we've been trying to push it for a long time. This is our Windchill Project Lifecycle Management Software. This you can consider is to be the backbone. Project Management Lifecycle Software, PLMs, are considered to be the backbone of the fourth industrial revolution. Of course, we have had a few clients, but then it takes time for people to adjust into a completely automated open system. Within our CAD/CAM DDM range, just saying that we got our mechanical and electrical CAD software, our portable CMM machines. We've got the rapid prototyping 3D printers. We've got the direct digital manufacturing machines, reverse engineering equipment of all sorts, the scanners, a whole variety of scanners. We've got handheld scanners, as well as the conventional and the CNC machines. In our IT product range, got the entire range of products that would be required by most of our clients. Then we come to our manufacturing facility. This is PAeC Technologies. This is based in Hatar, the industrial site in NWFP, sorry, KPK now. It was established in 1994, shortly after a few years after Trojans itself was established. We provide services to both the private and the defense sector. Our forte remains the design and development process. We are one of the few investment, in fact, the only ISO certified investment casting plant in the private sector. We do CNC machining, conventional machining, metal fabrication, and it becomes the system integration laboratory for our more complicated products. We pride ourselves in using our own state-of-the-art CAD, CAM, and computer-aided engineering software and tools. We go from concept to finished machine parts as an automated design and engineering system. And we specialize in small batch processing. Small batch processing is more suited to the defense and the industrial sectors over here, because we like to invest in our technological skills rather than a large mass production. Here's a short video of our humble factory in Hatar. I hope you're hearing the sound with it.
No, we are not hearing the sound.
Okay, sorry. Okay, well, I'll go with a little explanation. This is the process we're using to make our investment casting. This is the red parts. They're the wax molds. They're now being coated with the silica slurry. It's given your silicon coat, which is then baked. Once it's baked and hardened, then you pour in the metal, whichever metal you're going to use for production. It's taken out, allowed to cool down. And then the silica coating is broken off. The parts are then cut off, and then a little bit of final finishing is done. This is one of our products that was done on our CNC machine. It's part of a tank. Now we come to our defense collaborations. First of all, our primary defense collaboration are the Ukrainian defense industries. We go back to 2008 with the Ukrainian defense industries. when we did a joint project to upgrade the Pakistan Air Force's TPS-43 long-range radars. We're working with the Ukrainian defense industries on the T-80UD main battle tank and the engine of the Al-Khalid main battle tank. Then our second partner, main partner, is Coastal Mechanics. This is an American-based company. And with it, we specialize in supporting the legacy platforms of US origin. Coastal Mechanics is also a part of the MFS program and has access to all the design documents and the manufacturing documents and specifications, allowing a complete remanufacture of obsolete or discontinued parts. A latest acquisition with us is D-Drone USA, which is the world's leader in counter-drone infrastructure. D-Drone is basically for the protection and security against your commercial UAVs as compared to the longer range, medium altitude, long endurance. So it's for protection of airfields, privacy of buildings, and similar things like that. Some of our projects and products that we have done as within Trojans. First of all is the airspace management system and C4I consoles for the Pakistan Air Force airspace management C4I program, which those in the Air Force would know as Project Vision. We designed, manufactured most of their consoles. We also did a lot of software development for them. There are 300 of these supplied to the Pakistan Air Force, and we have been maintaining and supporting them at all their locations, whether they're fixed or they're mobile, for now close to 15 years. From the evolution of the Pakistan Air Force's consoles, we evolved into specialized build standard computational devices, consoles, and equipment for specialized purposes. Some of these are, I would say, the standardization and ruggedization varies from a complete marinized submarine equipment to ruggedized in the field desert equipment and man-portable hardware. These are customized and designed and qualified according to their specific need and their specific client's requirement. We've also done the Al-Zarar fire control system. Al-Zarar is one of the main battle tanks of the Pakistan Army. It was basically a reverse and re-engineering of their fire control system. In this, the basic, units, they are interchangeable. They are 100% compatible at the unit level, and many of them are interchangeable at a subunit or board level. This includes the fire control computer, the control electronics, the wind velocity sensor, the tilt sensor, and the turret angular velocity sensor. Our static pop-up target training, this is designed for basic training of small arms for the Pakistan Army. It conforms to the standard firing practices of the Pakistan Army, and it is used as a primary training tool for small arms use. It's installed in a number of places, a number of firing ranges. It's a complete wireless system, and it's not only has it got the built-in standard firing practices of the Pakistan Army, but it has more complicated user-defined operating modes. We've done a modification of the C-130 for the Pakistan Air Force. This includes an external pod-mounted external design of an external pod, which carries 2 of their special sensors. The advantage of this was previously you would need 2 pods, which needed to be replaced because there were 2 sensors. We had 1 pod which you could interchangeably use for both the sensors. Then we did all the aerodynamic studies, the structural analysis, which was then verified by the Pakistan Air Force, and then we went ahead with the modification. Tactical mission management support system. This is a tactical C4I system for the armored formations, for basically tank formations. It is ruggedized to demanding operational environment of inside the tank. That means it sustains 130 Gs of shock and can operate up to 70 degrees centigrade inside the tank, because most tanks now, the old tanks don't have air conditioning. The only limitation about the 70 degrees centigrade, which is really, really hot, is that the displays then don't work. The rest of the systems work. It survives the 70 degrees system. We have got a mobile adaptive network, which allows for a replacement of the standard 1632 fixed number of networks. We've got a land navigation moving map system. We've got a customized embedded GIS system inside. It's got real-time fly-throughs, drive-throughs, 3D terrain visualization. It's got the situational awareness, real-time with the common operational picture, digital messaging, and standard planning overlays. It comprises of 2 sorts of systems. One is your command system, which is in the command vehicle, which is an APC. This gives you some of the interfaces that we'll use. This is the overlay, which they create their operational maps. You've got the digital terrain elevation view. You've got the common operational picture over here, 3D visualization, fly-throughs, intelligent vector mapping, and your route management. The tactical interface, which is a smaller one for the tankers, it's a simplified interface which provides moving map, navigation, and messaging. You've got moving maps in raster imagery, in vector imagery. You've got communications, digital communications, and you've got a simple man's land navigation sort of interface for those people who do not know map reading. We've got a digital voice recording system. This was installed in all the command centers of the Pakistan Air Force and a few of the air ATCs. This has been now replaced by the Pakistan Air Force with a more modernized TCP/IP streaming system. Modernization of the TPS-43 radar. This was basically a replacement of the complete receive channel. Air Force wanted this without, so that they could have the full function of the original TPS-43 radar. So we tapped out all the signals and fed them into our digital plot extractor. However, our digital plot extractor for the TPS-43 is a little bit more complex because it's not a standard 2D radar. It's a stacked horn radar with 10 horns. So we had to do a lot of work to adapt the 2D plot extractor. It also interfaces with the secondary radar. The secondary radar is usually the IFF, and it extracts the information from that. We also had to interface and extract certain special modes of it. And once this has been done, we had to fuse the tracks, the plots. We have a third plot extractor inside that, which does the height extraction from the 10 stacked beams. And we fuse these together, and then we integrate it and we send it to the PF command and control centers for their integration. Add-on to this is a single radar tracker. That means it's a tracker for each individual radar if they need it. That means it converts the plots into continuous scan by scan tracks. We have a airspace management and control module, which presents the recognized air picture for the operators to do air control. This is a prototype in production, in development, small R&D project that we continue working on, which is a digital driver display for the Al Khalid. Now it can be used for most of your tanks. It's like a glass cockpit for the driver of the tank. As you can see on the bottom left-hand corner is a picture of the actual display, the one in yellow. And on the top right, you can see what will be the resultant display for the driver. Another of our fortes is actually developing and producing centers of excellence. That means with our technological experience, the expertise of our CAD, CAM, CAE, and our IT, we make and design centers of excellence. One of our most, like the cherry on top of the cake is AIIA, the Advanced Armor Research and Design Center, which we did for heavy industries. In this case, we actually made the building, designed the laboratories, populated the laboratories, and we handed them over. We have made smaller centers of excellence for a number of universities. They're just for their own use. Some of the services that we also provide, these are reverse engineering and metrology. We've done it for the Augusta class submarines, for the Al Khalid tank, and for a specialized turbine blade for one of our clients. That means we scan, we convert the scan into a CAD drawing. From the CAD drawing, we can go into your manufacturing files, or we can convert them back into 2D drawings for their physical manufacture, for their conventional manufacturing processes. Some of the times we have manufactured the parts for them, and sometimes they wish to retain it for their own design purposes. Then similarly for the automotive and heavy machinery, we do a lot of quality control with our scanners and our CAD CAM. That means you've got a CAD drawing, you've got a production, something coming off the production line. When you've got a complex part, you just can't have a go, no-go tester, or you can't just take measurements of a particular few points and say this is acceptable. What we are able to do is we scan with the point cloud. We can compare with the CAD drawings and give you a sort of indication where and how is it out of tolerance and how much it is out of tolerance. We've done tire modeling for general tires and a lot of reverse engineering for the heavy machinery industry. Since we have got a wide range of scanners, we have also extended our field to heritage preservation and reconstruction. That means we've got scanners that can not only scan the aircraft, but we can scan buildings and we can scan structures, we can scan roads. We can provide these drawings, measurements for construction information management system, for building information management systems. And one of our prime projects, and one of the first that we did, was scanning of Chaburji, Lahore, especially when it was being held up by the studies to that the orange line passing by it would affect its foundations. We did a complete scan of it for the law authorities, and they gave it to their own consultants who analyzed it, and they said it was safe from the vibrations of the orange line, and it was clear to go ahead. I'll just show you a video of the Chaburji. Now, this video is a complete point cloud representation. Our scanners not only create a point cloud, which represents the physical structure, they are capable to record the color at each point. So later on, you can compare it with later scans to see how the building is deteriorating in the structure, or you can see how the colors are deteriorating. You can measure all the changes. This is at this case, this is accurate up to fractions of a millimeter. And somewhere you can see as it goes through, you will be able to see the point cloud coming through the screen. This thing, Chaburji, took us nearly 4 days to scan, and the processing took another week to get to the this point cloud and extraction of all the features. Then from here, we created the 2D, 3D CAD model, and we have created the 2D drawings for the authorities. And as you can see, we also have scanned the foliage around Chaburji. Our ISO certifications of Trojans, of our investment casting plant, our representation. As you can see in our industry references, our clients are most of the defense R&D organizations. We work with the corporate and industrial sector. A lot of work we do with the automotive industry, and most of the education sector also. Now, I thank you for your time, and I will throw the floor open for any questions that people may have.
Thank you very much, Inayat. Just to reiterate, we have over 500 participants joining on Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. So we will have questions from Zoom participants. Other participants can send us the email or their message in the message box. And
That's okay.
We will request.
I will answer that.
We will.
I mean, if they send me along with their email contact, then I will send them all a particular response to everything.
Absolutely. So before I take question from the participants, first of all, extremely impressive work being done by your company under your leadership. So this kind of companies are real pride for Pakistan. And our government as well as Ministry of Commerce need to look at what kind of structure need to be created that the potential of these companies is harnessed for the benefit of Pakistan. And I am sure that would require a serious look at regulations by FBR in terms of import-export of equipment, providing special incentives for high-tech companies so that the self-reliance is achieved. That is very, very important. So my question is that in a culture like Pakistan, this is very challenging to undertake this kind of work which you are doing. So can you share how do you manage the challenge in terms of quality as well as human resource?
Okay. First of all, quality. As you can see, we are providing, or one of our major products is Windchill, which is all about quality, processes, procedures, practices. So we have our own defined procedures, we follow them. And for the quality there, you're right, once you follow the procedures, there are certain measurements that we can do ourselves, but it's all comes down to a matter of qualification. A lot of our projects we do for the defense services. And once you work with the defense services, we require their assistance in certain test equipment to do your certifications and qualifications. But before that, we have got a very extensive analysis ourselves to get our basic design right. If we had freer and easier access to these testing facilities and qualification facilities, it would make our life considerably easier. Then we get to human resource. Like we come to Pakistani, and the problem with Pakistan, like cultures, every culture has got certain unique aspects to it. One of the most unique aspects, or the best aspects that we have got in Pakistan with our own HR, is their innovativeness. We've got freedom of spirit on one side, freedom of thought on one side, and you've got standard practices on the other side. It is up to the management with their, you just can't let it go blindly. It's not a blind system. It's not just a production line. So we have to give our people the freedom to be innovative, come up with new ideas, but still take them down with our practices. We don't want to suffocate them, and we don't want their, this is a hands-on sort of thing. Goes right up to the top. We know, I mean, most of the senior management, we know what each and everybody is doing. We take a personal interest. Without this personal interest, you cannot give them this facility or this capability.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we have any comments or question from Mohsin Syed, please? So if not, then can we have from Dr. Harun Qureshi? Please turn your mic.
Yes, thank you very much. Inayat, what a wonderful presentation. And of course, we go back a long way. So part of it I already knew, but this presentation kind of laid it all in a quick 30 minutes. You're doing an excellent job, and you being very humble about the challenges that you have, both in terms of working in a certain set of Pakistani environment, in terms of human resource, in terms of challenges of delivering within our industrial setup. So an example, a trailblazer for everyone. And congratulations and a lot of praise for you and your team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can we have comments from Mansoor Malik sir?
Ji, Assalamu alaikum, Anayat. Yeah, really, it is an eye-opener. We go a long way in visualizing such organizations in AWC when we were starting off. So my question is, your vision in terms of exporting your know-how, technology transfers, your products vis-a-vis the domestic market. So how would you look at the export potential vis-a-vis the domestic, business that you've already generated? Are you looking at 5-10 years being a major exporter of technologies, technology transfer products, or a major domestic, manufacturer?
Well, if you see that our focus is still not on the level of exports. Why? Because actually, I mean, we are one step below actually exporting. What we are doing is import substitution. That means what our defense services, what industry would be getting from outside, we provide those services, we provide that equipment, we provide those sub-products. Our design and engineering our products are based on specific requirements by our clients. It's like we are the guys who want to hold the industry up. If you want to make your high-end tech products, we are there to support you. I mean, everybody has got a role. It's a pyramid. Somebody has to be on the bottom. Who is the foundation? Who is the infrastructure? We help you. We're very bread and butter sort of company. So getting into exports, especially in our particular field, is until we have our own defense forces, our own industry buying our products, we cannot sell over anywhere else. I mean, that is the first question. Is your Pakistan Army using your product? How many are they using? Are they really using it? So we get stuck over there. We need to address and get through with our own services. Then we can export. I mean, basically, as you can see, most of my products are defense oriented. So my clients are in R&D are the defense systems. So until they support us, I cannot I cannot go anywhere. Then you're bound hand and foot exporting your products, getting them out of the country. I mean, you can take the example of Dr. Jami's setup. I mean, they had to go abroad. They had to set up in Oman to do what they could have done over here because of the export restrictions. I mean, we've got a long way to go before we can be true exporters.
Thank you, sir. I think your point is very well made, and our government need to look into this particular aspect. Instead of losing talent abroad, we need to harness the capabilities within Pakistan. Question from Faisal Rahman. Kindly introduce yourself and then question, please. Faisal, आप अपना mic भी on कर लीजिए.
Hello, sir. Assalamualaikum. I listened to the speech and it's a really impressive seminar. My question is that what is the vision of your company in the future, in the upcoming 10 years to move, as you said, also about the, so is that also a part of your vision to move? Because we cannot, like in Pakistan, especially countries, we cannot depend more on the governments, but we have also self-dependent. So what is your vision in terms of innovation tech to move ahead to find the new technology, because we are challenging an international market with other technologies. So that's a very challenging environment for us to move, and it will also, I think, gonna help the companies in Pakistan, especially in tech, to move in other industries.
Okay, this is I'm a very practical person. I may have dreams, aspirations of becoming an exporter or design. I've done a lot of work. The problem still remains that you are in Pakistan. You have problems, I mean, especially in the high-tech industry or in the industrial, or when you're supporting industry, you need to conform to industrial standards or military standards. I'm not talking about commercial products. I don't do commercial products. So first of all is testing and qualification. Do you know, one is you got to meet deadlines. You have to meet cost brackets. Number one, when you talk in terms of deadlines and qualifications, no matter how much analysis you do, you still need to do the testing process, the physical testing. A is because these testing facilities are with the defense industries or with the restricted areas, getting them is a difficulty, and getting them on time is a bigger difficulty. So doing that. Secondly is your import policies. There is nothing here which is 100% Pakistani made. Everything is, you have to have import of some form of raw material, high tech. As ICs, your PCBs have to be made somewhere. Your materials for your mechanical metal structures, housings, there's no product that goes without a housing. That has to be imported. In our for our investment casting, the wax has to be imported. So you got problems with the imports. You got problems of 3 times taxation when you want to export them. You've got problems of exporting them again. So first of all is getting a product out. Number one is, okay, you invest in, you get yourself an R&D contract. You have to do something, make your first prototype, and then go into a serial production. This whole cycle is 8 years, 5, 6 years, depending upon your product. When you do it, your you fix your prices at the start of the cycle, 5 years. What is your dollar rate after 5 years? And with our current economic structure, you cannot meet the same prices. So you have a problem in doing this. So what you actually need to do is have a product. It is approved within the country, approved by the users, in use, and then maybe you customize it to meet your particular client's requirement. So yes, we would like to be exporters, but first we need to get our own house in order. That's especially in Pakistan. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. We have question from Naveed Zafar, please. Naveed, please turn on your mic.
Sir, I have a few comments and one question, sir. Sir, you have patented yourself as a solution provider, but you are highlighting the problems only. And that too from a very fixed mindset that you will be doing everything while stationing yourself at Pakistan, and you will have to deal with the problems with this. Now, as the world has gone global, and you have services available from all around the world. So why you are thinking that in the future, which is very challenging, that you will be doing either something while staying in Pakistan, facing and considering all the constraints as something which cannot be handled?
Okay. Very good question. Number one, you missed my first slide. We have 2 companies in UAE. We have 3 companies in Pakistan. We have 3 major partners internationally. One is the Ukrainian defense industries. That means not just one plant, but a whole. No, we've got the entire. It's like everything you will have under Ministry of Defense production. We have access to those. We have one company which has got access to these things. We are doing it, but that becomes a partnership with them. You can do partnerships, but end of the day, you come and face the same problems in what is your services that you provide. If you want to do something in technology partnership with somebody from abroad, which we have done, and it's all in our products. I told you that we did the upgradation of the TPS 43 with the Ukrainian defense industries. So we are doing this. There's certain things I cannot mention because my clients prohibit me from mentioning it. But yes, you are right. We are doing this. But as a Pakistani company, we would like to have something which is purely made in Pakistan, which has a Pakistan logo on it, which we are the major contributor of. And these are the problems of doing it. I mean, agar aapne apne aap ko, you can do one thing. I can sit outside. I am doing products in Dubai. That means my team goes and sits in Dubai. We do our work over there. We do our redesign. We do our this thing. We provide the solutions over there. We earn our money. That's how we are living. That's how I am funding my R&D. In fact, if you've seen all our R&D projects, none of them are government or client funded. They have all been on a no cost, no obligation basis. That means we have designed them from our own pocket, and our own pocket is through our other businesses. So it's not that my mind is closed. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can we have comments, question from Dr. Muhammad Ijaz, and then we will have closing comments from Imtiaz Rasgar. Dr. Ijaz, can you please turn on your mic? अगर इजाज साहब नहीं है तो फिर मोहम्मद मुश्ताक साहब, can we have your comments? So इम्तियाज रस्तगार साहब, जी मुश्ताक साहब कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं.
I think this was a very interesting and very educative presentation. The kind of defense industries that AIIA covered, they are the major, I would say, contributors toward the defense production as well as defense R&D effort. And I'm indeed impressed the way he has been able to not only just interact with all these defense industries, but provide solutions and solve their problems. And of course, we look forward to seeing more of him in Pakistan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. इम्तियाज रस्तगार साहब, आप माइक ऑन कर लीजिएगा. I think he is not listening. So with that, I thank you very much. I'm sure there would be representative from government who will take notice of the issues which have been highlighted. And these issues are not only with Trojan, it is with all the indigenous companies who are doing state-of-the-art technology work, and there are many. Pakistan Aerospace Council has around 70 companies, and each company is a kind of a real jewel in the crown for Pakistan. We must protect jealously the interest of these companies so that they can flourish and help make Pakistan a stronger nation. Thank you very much for all the participants. If you have still any question, please email us. We will try our level best to get to the presenter and get the answer from your side. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.